clapperboard, imagine trusting someone with your family's life. A nurse who smiles kindly, cooks your meals, and cares for your child. But behind that smile hides a mind filled with darkness. What if the person you welcomed into your home was not a caregiver, but a predator? Tonight, we unravel the chilling story of Gwen, the nurse whose obsession, lies, and cruelty turned a happy family's life into a living nightmare. At the beginning of the film, we are introduced to a young and attractive nurse named Gwen. She is seen working in a hospital, attending to her patients. One of them is an elderly woman in critical condition, struggling to breathe and kept alive by oxygen support. While checking on the woman, Gwen deliberately turns off her oxygen supply and disconnects her breathing tube. The old woman begins suffocating, gasping for air. Shockingly, Gwen does not try to save her. Instead, she starts making noise in the ward and calls for help, pretending as if something had suddenly gone wrong. The doctors rush in and fight to save the elderly woman's life, while Gwen stands near the doorway, watching and laughing to herself. In that moment, it becomes clear Gwen is not an ordinary nurse. She is mentally disturbed, a sadistic woman who takes pleasure in watching her patients suffer. Though the doctors manage to save the patient, Gwen shows no regret and calmly walks away, her unsettling smile leaving a chilling impression. The movie then shifts focus to another character, a woman named Mira. She is shown living happily with her husband and their young son. However, we soon learn that her son is battling a medical condition that makes it difficult for him to walk without assistance. One day, as the boy complains about pain in his feet, Mira expresses concern to her husband, saying their son often climbs the stairs on his own. Her husband reassures her, dismissing her fears by saying, "Don't worry so much. Nothing will happen to him." We are then shown Gwen again, but this time not at the hospital. She is now working in Mira's household as a private nurse, hired to take care of the boy. Gwen lives with the family, almost like a member of their home. At the breakfast table, all four of them share a meal together. During this scene, Mira's son accidentally drops his walking supports near the stairs. Secretly, Gwen has already tampered with them, loosening the fittings so that when he uses them again, he will fall. As expected, when the boy tries to walk, he stumbles and tumbles down, injuring himself. Rather than helping, Gwen silently enjoys the chaos, just as she did with her hospital patient earlier. After breakfast, Mira's husband prepares to leave for the office. Gwen, who has grown jealous of Mira, begins to show clear signs of attraction toward him. She watches him closely, harboring dangerous feelings. Later, Mira's friend visits and spends time chatting with her. While playing with Mira's son, Gwen secretly listens to their conversation. The friend warns Mira, saying, "You should consider hiring another nurse. I think your husband and son have started getting a little too attached to Gwen." Mira dismisses the suspicion, brushing it off as her friend overthinking. But soon after, her son falls again, and Mira scolds Gwen for being careless. Although the boy insists it was his own mistake, Mira hires another nurse out of caution. That night, she apologizes to Gwen for yelling earlier, admitting she may have been unfair. Gwen smiles and replies sweetly, "You're a mother, and a mother always worries for her child. It's not your fault." Even though we know Gwen caused everything, she continues to manipulate her way back into Mira's trust. Later, Gwen prepares tea for Mira. After drinking it, Mira suddenly grows very drowsy and falls asleep. During her sleep, the doctor who had once saved the elderly woman's life at the hospital arrives at the house with medical equipment. Gwen intercepts him, pretending she will deliver what he brought. On his way out, the doctor mentions to Gwen that he recognizes her from somewhere. That same evening, Gwen visits the doctor's home. She tells him, "You were right. You do know me." Then she injects a lethal drug into his arm, killing him. Gwen eliminates him because he was the only person who could connect her to her earlier crime at the hospital. That night, Mira receives a strange call from someone introducing himself as David. He claims to be part of the same support group she had recently joined for parents whose children suffer from her son's illness. David says his wife has passed away, and he too has hired a nurse to care for his son. The profile picture on his account is blurry, making it difficult to see his face. But in reality, David does not exist. Gwen is behind the voice, using technology to disguise herself and trick Mira into believing she's speaking with another grieving parent. The next morning, Mira's friend stops by and notices something odd. She catches Gwen smelling Mira's husband's shirt when she thinks no one is watching. Suspicion grows. Her instincts tell her Gwen is becoming dangerously obsessed with Mira's husband. That night, Gwen, pretending to be David, continues speaking with Mira over the phone, asking about her son. When Mira tries to end the call, Gwen deliberately rushes into the room, pretending to catch Mira talking to another man. She then slyly suggests to Mira's husband that his wife might be hiding something. But instead of doubting her, he defends Mira, saying she is simply overworked and sleep-deprived. Gwen's manipulation attempt fails, leaving her visibly frustrated. Still, she does not give up. Gwen continues plotting, determined to remove Mira from the picture and take her place beside Mira's husband. She buys flowers on Mira's behalf and sends them to her friend for her birthday, making Mira doubt her own memory. Gwen also begins tampering with Mira's food and water, secretly poisoning her little by little. Meanwhile, David keeps sending Mira messages, sometimes comforting her, other times warning her that her son is in danger. Confused and exhausted, Mira struggles to make sense of it all. The story escalates when Gwen lures Mira into believing she should meet David in person. When Mira arrives at the cafe, she meets a man who reveals that he too was once tricked by Gwen. He explains that Gwen had posed as a mysterious caller to his late wife, convincing her to avoid proper medical treatment, which ultimately led to her death. For the first time, the truth begins to surface, but Gwen still remains hidden in plain sight. From this point forward, Gwen's crimes grow darker. She murders Mira's suspicious friend to silence her, frames Mira by planting her fingerprints on a murder weapon, and continues poisoning her slowly. Eventually, Mira discovers Gwen's stash of drugs and poisons hidden in her room, along with a disturbing notebook detailing her twisted experiments. She records a video confession, exposing Gwen's crimes, and sends it to her husband. By the climax, Gwen admits her obsession openly. She confesses she has killed multiple people, including David, the doctor, and Mira's friend. She even taunts Mira, saying she intends to kill her and take her place in the family. But before Gwen can carry out her plan, her crimes catch up with her. Authorities step in, and she is finally punished for all her murders. In the final scenes, we see Mira reunited with her husband and son, finally safe and beginning to rebuild their happy life together. Gwen, once the smiling, trusted nurse, ends up paying the price for her cruelty and obsession. The film closes with a chilling message. Always be careful about who you let into your home, because sometimes evil wears the face of kindness. If you enjoyed this story breakdown, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more chilling movie explanations. Share your thoughts in the comments. What would you do if someone like Gwen entered your home? Stay safe, stay alert, and we'll see you in the next video.